Amazing Amphros here, and I'm jumping into Final Fantasy IV the After Years one last time to do that Promised Band exhibition. Now, this is going to be a little bit tricky, actually, because I'm going to have to use a lot of really low-level characters. But hopefully it'll work out okay. First, I'm going to restock some Phoenix Downs, and I'm going to begin to rotate my party. Now, my intention here is to only use characters that have bands that are Final Chapter exclusive that I haven't been able to show yet, which means, of course, parties that I didn't have before. The reason is that I already have diligently shown all the bands from the individual tales and that my final in-game party was able to use. So there's really no need to retread old ground. But if you just want to see a list of the commands you need for each band, then you can easily check the video description for this video, and I'll include a listing of every possible band in the game. I will also point out that there are some bands that I'm not going to be able to show otherwise, because they involve either Kalka and Brenna, who are dead now, or just as bad, they require me to have the Queen script. There's one band that requires it, and it's a real obscurity. Now, the classic Final Fantasy party that I'm starting with here has several bands that are special to this. I just showed you all the 2-character bands, ending here with the Cecil and Rydia one. None of which are super great, but they have some merit. The one between Cecil and Kain is probably the best one. It's very similar in power to Mirage Dive and other high-power 2-character in-game bands. But the childhood friends from Baron have a lot of stuff they can do, actually. It's pretty useful. They have this really nice support band I'm using here that heals all 3 of them and puts haste, protect, and spell on all 3 of them as well. So if you're using these 3 characters, that's a really good band to use a lot. They also have an attacking band that is honestly probably the most efficient attacking band in the game. Because it only requires 3 characters, but it does damage that's really in excess of what most 5-character bands can do. As you can see, it breaks damage limit, and it just pours on damage. So it's incredibly efficient. And there's one more band that this party can do. And it's a pretty slow one, and honestly not a very practical one. And it requires all 5 of them. In my opinion, all the 4 and 5 character bands are really worthless. Because it's just so impractical to actually get them out, and they actually tend to have pretty poor formulas too. But they're there, and I'm going to show them. And that's it for the classic Final Fantasy party, but we're just getting started here. So I need to hop into the Lunar Whale and rotate party. And now I need to drop Golbez and Ceodore into the party. And this party, too, has a lot of different bands that can do. All of which involve Cecil, though, so I'm going to have a real bottleneck here as I try to show all of them. There's that pretty powerful offensive band, Though I really don't think it's that great, honestly. And we have this more support-based band with Cecil and Golbez as well, that has no cast time and attempts to stop all the enemies. I really don't think that one's that practical. But moving past the brothers, we have some other family bands. We have this one that involves Rosa, Theodore, and Cecil. It's a pretty slow one. And it really doesn't do very good damage either, so I would really forget about that band. We have this really slow father and son tag team attack. And then our last band is the Three Lunarians band. Which is a decently damaging band, but not really super great. But that's it for this party, so let's rotate again. Because I'm going to need to go to the full Baron party that has Sid and Kain in here. And there's only a couple bands I have to show with this party. There's the double jump band that we learned in that event that I couldn't use during the main story because I didn't have Ceodore in my party. And then there's this really impractical 5-character band that has everyone attack other than Rosa that uses aim, which actually makes it impractical on a lot of levels. For one, it requires this exact party, including Sid, who's a horrible character. For two, it's a 5-character band, so it's inherently impractical. And for three, Rosa has to have a bow equipped, which is horrible because bows are a terrible weapon for every character you can use, other than Theodore, I guess. I guess for all that, the damage is actually really good if you're wiping weak random. So, hooray, I guess. But that's all the fun for this party. Now it's time to go to a more kingly party. So we need the 4 kings, and we need Rydia. And no, I do not want Edward in the front row. That would be really bad. Actually, Rydia should probably be in the front row, even though she's fragile. She's at level 48. And this group actually has an awful lot of bands they can do, so this could take a minute. Edge is going to open things off with another one of the bronze hourglass. Because keeping Edward alive is really quite difficult, actually. So there's this band we learned from story event that's about at the standard power level of 2-character band. It seems weak, but that's because Yang is really under level. We have that nice little band that gives us blink on the whole party. Then we have this band involving Rydia and Yang attack. That basically just buffs up Yang to a huge extent. There's this Edward and Cecil band that buffs Cecil and has him attack. And we have a very similar band to that with Yang, probably going to win this battle. Or maybe not. We have this dual attacking band between Cecil and Yang. That did not go off there for some reason. There we go. There's one more band this party can do, and it's one of those wonderful impractical ones. Not mean to enter the Lunar world. And it has all 4 kings attacking, other than Edward, of course, who doesn't attack. And it's a small heal for your whole party, and a decently powerful single target hit with how underleveled those characters were, but again, 4-character bands really aren't worth it. And that's actually all of Edward's bands I have access to. He actually has one with Kalpa and Brenna, but obviously it's really difficult to show bands involving airship parts. So now I need to drop most of these characters and bring in Theodore, Luca, and Gekko. And I only have 2 bands to show at this party. And honestly, neither of them are terribly useful. But they're the last couple bits for a couple characters. There's this lovely band, which is Gekko's only final chapter exclusive band. And then there's the other band that I can't use because I'm a doofus and didn't notice that I had the wrong party. So let's fix that real fast. I actually need Ursula and not Luca. And I'm actually done with Geckos, so I might as well drop him for a character who can actually do something. Now I have this really impractical 4-character band I'm wanting to show. I'm going to hate Theodore because there's actually another band I can do with this party. And then there's Twin Rush, which was the very first event band I got that I couldn't use because I didn't have either of the involved characters. Again, neither of those bands were really special at all, but there they were. So now I need to juggle my party a lot again, and I need Palom, Porom, and Tsukinowa. And I actually need to strip Yang, because he's done his job. Now I have 4 bands I can show at this party. There's this fun little healing band here with Tsukinowa. Palom and Porom has a twin cast, which is one of the event bands. And as ever, it's really, really slow. And it actually has random effects. And I think it shares graphic banks with the W.Magic band that Golbez and Fusoya had. And then we have some bands that involve both Palom and Porom. There's this one with Cecil. That could end the battle right there. But then there's also one with Tsukinowa that's Tsukinowa, Ceodore, and Palom. And I don't really find that to be a terribly practical band. But there it is, and that's all that party can do for us. So now we need a party full of mages. So that shift to the full moon lunar phase is just fitting. So I'll need Rosa, I'll need Leonora, and I'll need Rydia. Now, this is another party that really gets bottlenecked on the band, since they have a ton of character overlap. But first we have this fun one that wipes that group pretty efficiently. We have this one between Porom and Leonora. And I can't even pretend to understand the name of that band and what it's supposed to mean, but there it was. And then to finish off the white magic thing, all three of the girls using white magic and get us yet another band. Which is a pretty amazing support band, even if it's completely ridiculously slow and generally very impractical. And there's also a black magic variant with the 3 black mages. That does way too much damage with black magic to the whole enemy group. But this group has one more impractical but awesome band they can do that is totally based on magic. The biggest challenge here is going to be hoping everyone survives while Leonora's ATB very slowly fills. There we go, infinity. And that does break damage limit, but you probably noticed that did just barely more damage than Tri-Disaster did, except it required 2 more characters. Kind of my proof right there that those 3 character bands aren't really that useful. But I need to scroll my notes down a bit. And okay. I'm actually done with Rosa. So I need to rotate to a party of Palom and Porom, Luca, Leonora, Cecil. And this group only has a couple bands to show off. there's that band with Sid and Luca. And there's this really, really slow Ice Crush band with Palom and Leonora that I'm going to throw a blink on them just to make sure it actually gets off. And then there's one more band that this team can do. That's gonna have to wait. And this band has what could be the silliest animation of any of the bands. But it's a fun one. And that's actually Sid's last job, so we can take all his equipment for future use. And now we need Ursula and Theodore in the party. And we have this band that is quite difficult to find how to do online because the guides actually all have errors in them and claim this is an event band, when in reality this band actually requires you to pick attack with Ceodore, Luca, and Ursula. But there's one other band that this team can do. It requires all 5 characters. Now for this we need Ceodore to attack, Ursula to pick her special command, Luca to big throw, and Porom to white magic. Palom would black magic, except he's initiated. Or I could also input something wrong somewhere and ban will fail. Okay, let's try this again. Palom black magic, Ceodore attack, Luca big throw, Porom white magic. There we go, the makeshift cannon. I'm not sure what I input wrong the first time. But that's all that group has to do. And that's actually the last job for both Ceodore and Palom. So now I need to rotate my party yet again to a very silly party. I need Rydia, Izayoi, Harley, Leonora. And I'm going to keep Porom because she can dual pass Blink, and this party's certainly going to eat. And I know a lot of these characters need whips. Yeah, this should be what I need. Open things up with this band between Izayoi and Leonora. Those are two premium characters. We have this really ridiculous band involving all three whip users physically attacking. Likewise, the Queen's Whip band I can't use requires Leonora with it, since the Queen's Whip is the only whip that Leonora is allowed to equip. But the whip bands are really terrible anyway, so it's not a big loss I didn't do that really grindy side quest in Palom's Tail to get the Queen's Whip. And that actually gets us down to our last party to show stuff with. For this, I'm going to need Ursula, Porom, Luca. Actually, I need to script some characters. Ursula, Porom, Luca, Leonora, and Tenketsu. Another one of those premium parties. And I'm sorry, I need just 1 second to adjust my notes a bit. And there we go. Only 2 more bands remain in this game that I can show. I have Ursula, Porom, Leonora, Luca of a band. Actually, let's save that one for last. Luca and Tenketsu have this really silly band. And then we have a 4-character band with Luca's Analyzed, Porom's W.Magic, and Ursula's Gekko. Well, that didn't work. I probably should have predicted that. Let's try again. Please don't kill Leonora. Pick on Tenketsu. He's not important. Wow, they really want Leonora dead. And there we go. That's a lot of damage for a party full of underleveled characters. But that's basically it. That is every band in the After Years. And this will be the last video I have to show for the After Years. Again, if you think there's bands missing, you're probably mostly wrong. I've shown all the other bands throughout the playlist, so if you want to see bands available in an individual tale, you'll just have to watch through that tale. I used a couple bands in the Gathering that were unique to it, and then I used Mirage Dive and Spiral Blow throughout the course of the final dungeon. But if you're just looking for that condensed information of how to do the bands, that probably wasn't even terribly useful to watch it. That was more for the spectacle. Just read the video description. It'll explain how to do every band in the game, including the ones I did in earlier chapters, and including the ones involving Kalka, Brenna, or the Queen's Whip, which I simply don't have access to in my in-game save file. I hope you guys have enjoyed this playlist. I've certainly had a good time with the After Years, and I'll see you at the next game.